What's going on? It's Greg from Kaos. I'm going to show you a installation of a paint protection film for this rocker here, or sill plate, whatever you want to call it. It's going to wrap from like roughly a 1/2 inch under this slide rail, or rock slide, whatever you want to call it. It's going to wrap up here, it's going to wrap up and then finish right at the edge on top here. All right, so it's going to wrap the whole thing up and over from this seam all the way down to here, around this corner. All right, so what I always say is clean everything very well. You don't want any dust getting in your way, anything getting trapped under there. It's clear, you'll see everything. I'm going to wipe this plastic piece in there so nothing gets trapped in here. Rock, even the slide itself, that way, you know, if there's any sand or dirt or anything on it, you're not going to get it caught in with the rest of everything else and be permanent under there. So now I got one little tiny scratch here already. I think, yeah, that one's going to be permanent. So I'm not a real good detailer, so I'm not going to try to sand that out or anything. I'm just going to let it ride. But what are you going to do? Don't tell my wife. All right, so let me get the proper side. It'll be very hard to see, but this piece is going to fit pretty tight as far as getting cut around here. Once I get it off the plastic backing, you'll see it. This film is a 6mm paint protection film, the same thickness you would use on like the exterior of your car, how they protect the exterior of the cars with it. Pretty standard stuff. They do have thicker ones, 12mm, but it'll be very difficult to install, very hard to get around these turns. You're not going to need that much protection. You're not throwing rocks at it. I mean, it'll catch a rock chip here and there, but nothing like you would need a 12 for. 12 is a little overkill, I believe. I mean, if people trust, you know, $300,000 Lamborghinis with a 6mm film to protect the nose on it, I think a rocker panel on a Jeep will suffice with a 6mm film. Anyway, soap and water. So CVS has a baby shampoo that works really well. A regular, like, spray bottle. I have a pump spray, but like a regular hand spray bottle, you could probably use like 6 drops. You don't want it crazy soapy, and you also don't want it not soapy enough, because you don't want it to grab and not move once you get it down. All right, here is a little baby squeegee. This is basically a squeegee cut in half. The reason why I have these is because I also sell door cups. The door cup protection, those will, you know, you need a really small squeegee to get in there, so we're just going to keep it one size fits all. All right, you have to squeegee twice as much, but you'll get over it. All right, so one thing with clear paint protection film is fingerprints. If this was a black Jeep, I couldn't care less. You wouldn't see anything through it. But since it's a white Jeep, and it's my wife's, she'll find every fingerprint under the sun. So I'm going to just peel back this PPF just a little bit on the corner and get it started. That way I could touch it now. Make sure your hands are clean. Again, I'm just going to get some water on here and soap and peel the rest off. Put that right there for now. All right, so with this, now you can see kind of, it's not, you know, it's not a perfect rectangle. It's cut to fit the curves of this Jeep. So I'm going to lay this on there so you can get a better idea. So I mean, paint protection film is pretty easy to work with, because as long as you don't squeeze it down super hard, it'll still want to move on you. All right, so what we're gonna do is get this in place. You have the corners here, you have to line up. There's an edge here you're gonna line up. It's gonna be very hard for me to show, but it lines up, you know, maybe a 1/16 of an inch off the edge. And then around down here, it'll get right to that where it starts to dip in a little bit. Now what you want to do is you want to leave yourself maybe 3/8 of an inch on top. And what's going to happen is, actually set up a little bit. Once you squeegee into place, this top piece may or may not want to stick down. So what you may have to do is just come back to it later on. Let the water dry up a little bit, and then come back. So what I'm going to do now is I just hit it with a little extra water on the outside. That way it cuts down the friction of squeegeeing. What you want to do is squeegee from the center out. You don't want to trap the water. You want to get it out. Here I'm going to put like a little angle on the squeegee a little bit, just to push the water up a little bit, and just try to get it out of that little corner, like, you know, like this little indent, turn, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to squeegee straight up, get the water up and out. Now there's pinch welds here, or spot welds, whatever you want to call them. The water's going to want to collect in there, so you could try to push them in and get the water out of them, and then squeegee it out of the way. Kind of, it'll conform and push that water up. So you just do one by one, push on it, push the water up, push that water up and out of the way. All right, so I go over it once or twice just to make sure you get that water out. It's very hard to see with clear. If you have really good lights, it helps. I'm doing it outside in the natural light because it's a lot better than, I think, than a garage light. I have decent lighting in my garage, but this is a little bit better outside. So now I'm pushing down. Right here, there's like this, the vinyl wants to buckle just a hair on that turn, so I'm gonna pull it down, like kind of just like stretch the vinyl a little bit. This vinyl is very conformable, very easy to work with. So then once you get it over that edge, you just keep pushing all that water down and away, down and away. This is a fairly easy install. All right, again, just squeegee, just make sure you didn't miss anything. I got some water built up there. If you want to try to roll it over, you see what happens. It may or may not want to stick depending on how much soap you put in. I rather have it a little sticky, a little slippery. That way you can work with it. You know, you're not trapping the water. You know, it doesn't set up too fast. But like I said, I'm trying to get this done just so you can see it on film. But in reality, you could do this one, let it set up, and go move on to your next rocker panel, and then come back. You know, like, and also, if this just doesn't work out for you, you could just kind of pop it right back up and reset it, get it, wet it up again, and get it to stick back down. That's pretty much it. It's really not crazy hard to do. Soap and water is your friend. Just go back over it, you know, double check, triple check. You know, God forbid there's a bubble down, you know, tomorrow after you're done and you take a look at it, get a little pin or a razor and just poke a little hole in it. You know, it's a rocker panel. It's not like it's your hood or a fender or something like that. All right, I think that looks pretty good. This will be sold separate as a set. Depending on which Jeep you have, it'll be, you could buy for the JL, this is only for the JL, you could buy a 2-door or 4-door set. Obviously it'll be two, it'll be the fronts and the backs. This little half squeegee will come included in the kit. You'll have to supply your own soap and water and knowledge. Watch this video, it'll kind of help you. Then I'm going to offer like a master kit, which will be the rockers, hinges, door cups, and then door edge guard. So those videos will be to follow. Alright, thanks for watching. What's going on? It's Greg from Kaos. I'm going to be installing a chip guard that fits in this area right here, goes down past this slide. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. First thing you do is clean the area. I'll start off with soap and water. Get the dust and heavy stuff out of there first. Clean inside a little bit, that way it doesn't draw any dust or anything, or sand or dirt that's in the on this plastic. Also, you want to clean down as far into that slide as you can, the slide itself, again, so it doesn't, you know, you'll knock anything loose that falls into the PPF. All right. When you order it, I'm going to send you a little half a squeegee, perfect size to get into these areas. Anything bigger would be more difficult. This piece, it's very difficult to see. Where you can buy it, you'll see, I'll have an outline so you can actually see the pieces, but it's going to be two separate pieces. First piece is going to wrap down into this groove right here. All right, and up and over on this lip. It's going to make it to the plastic, and then the second piece is going to wrap from here down. I wanted to make it one piece, but depending on skill level, it's difficult for somebody that hasn't done this to be able to stretch it in and get it to set. So I figured, you know what, I'll do it in two pieces and make it user friendly. But anyhow, that's what we got. So once you clean that with this, that was soap and water. Now I'll get it with alcohol. Get any wax and build up anything off of there. Get into the grooves real good. Down. It's gonna wrap into this, kind of into this area too, down below this fender flare. So make sure you clean everything really good. Installation fluid is soap and water. You can use, CVS has baby shampoo that works really well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off, since this is clear and it's going on a white Jeep, if you have fingerprints behind it, you're going to see them. So what I try to do is just try to get this corner up just a little bit and start it without really getting your fingers behind it, and then spray it. Once it's wet, you can touch it, you won't get any fingerprints on it. Peel the whole thing off. Oops, get crazy. Spray everything nicely. So this piece has a relief in it. You can see that, how it flops over. That way, when you lay it down, it doesn't build up tension. So let me just try to zoom in a wee bit. So you're gonna line it right up to the edge of that. The split in the vinyl should get right into this groove here. That way it splits and goes over without causing too much tension. And then you should have just enough vinyl for this to fold over and be right to the edge of the metal. You know, you don't. It's not going to go onto the plastic. If it goes onto the plastic, you went just a little bit too far, or you'll just have to tuck it in. And then as far as here, it's just going to bend down right into this curve, basically, and right in that curve. So once you get in a position, give it a spray on top. That way, it'll make it a little bit slicker. You want to get a finger on it to keep it in place, because it's going to want to move. And just squeegee out. You always want to squeegee the water away from the center of the decal. That way it doesn't get trapped. And just do like a pattern. You know, try to just keep pushing the water away. That's the name of the game. You don't want the water to get caught behind it. If it does, it's not the end of the world. You can always go back and pop it with a pin. But just going to keep on getting that water out. Alright. If by chance this top piece doesn't fold over and stick right away, that's okay. You can just let it set up, let it dry up a little bit, and as it dries, it'll go down easier. So, I mean, what you can do is, if you're doing both sides, obviously you could just come back and you could do, move to the other side, and then come back over here and tuck that down once it's done. So now this next piece is going to be from here down. It's going to go behind, I got the slides on here. This is a Willys. So if you have a Willys or a Rubicon, you're going to have rock slides unless you took them off, and just have steps. Maybe you'll have the room, but it's going to tuck behind them a little bit. So again, get your PPF wet down there. So now what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to lower this camera a little bit. Bear with me. Maybe you could get a better angle on that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it down into, like, tack it down and then push it behind the slide first. And then you're going to leave just enough that curls up over the edge and meets the other one. It could be a slight gap. Alright, you don't want it to overlap though. And in this area, it's kind of they're going to split and go their own way. Just because, again, I'm trying to make this user friendly. Anybody that does PPF for a living or has experience with this stuff can get that done, but it's not easy. This is easy, laying it on and just squeegeeing it out. So again, just go in a pattern just to push all the water away from it. Now this, you might be able to get to curl over. This, I'm going to try to push this down when I'm here. Yeah, it's getting better. It's wanting to stick now, kind of. Spoke too soon. This piece where it rolls up and over, just keep messing with that, push it in. If you think you have too much vinyl, like I think I have a hair too much, you can usually pop this and get it to kind of conform in. So this spot's a little tough. No, I shouldn't say tough, but it gets a little tricky because the vinyl has to stretch and fold over into this groove right here. So let me see if I can zoom in. That's all I'm all out of zoom. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm just gonna squeegee that in. It meets up nicely. And then this piece here, like I said, it's just gonna have to dry out just a little bit same as the top. Just let, wait a couple minutes, go do the other side, come back, and then pop these down. Just keep going at it. Eventually it'll give in. It'll give up. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my towel and just give this a wipe just to see if I missed any water, which it doesn't look like I got any bubbles. Check these little corners here. Let's see, now I'm going to get back into this piece here. It looks pretty good. It gives you decent protection. What I noticed is with the plastic steps that they sell, that usually go from here to here and then they go up. What it does is it actually causes a gap in the rubber gasket around the door, so you actually have an air leak. Air leak, I don't know, you go foraging water, that water's going to get in right through that hole. You get up to your doors, I know it's going to kind of make its way in anyway, but you're really going to get it through those holes. I mean, it's a literal hole. I never noticed it. My wife pointed it out to me one day because we had bought regular steps for this truck. Regular like rocker guards, whatever you want to call them, the steps to protect this area. And yeah, I couldn't believe that it actually had a hole, and I had those on my Gladiator at one point and I never noticed it, but you can actually see daylight. So that's it. This is starting to hold now. I'll come back and check it, but for the most part, that's it. If you see water, just chase it out. See air bubbles, chase them out. Water bubbles, whatever you got, should go away. It's very stealthy, you barely even see it. Here, this is just that corner. Little pinch welds hold a little water, so if you want to try to push that water out of those pinch welds. But that's it. Nice and easy. Just go back and just recheck every once in a while. Alright, thank you. What's up, everybody? It's Greg at Kaos. What I got today is chip guard for the Jeep JL models. So this one happens to be a 25 Willys, but they're all the same. What we're going to do first is make sure that our hinges are clean. So go-to is alcohol. Alright, so the one guard is going to wrap around this and into this like V-shaped area here. So I got to make sure you get in there deep. And this one's just the face of this from here around to the other side. Alright, so once that's all cleaned up, what you're going to need is some soapy water. With these being a clear paint protection film, if you put it on dry, you may get bubbles behind it. I mean, you could try it. I don't suggest it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a carbon fiber just so you can see it, because when you use clear, it's very hard to see how it goes on. So I'm going to use a carbon. I got a spray bottle with soap in it. A good soap to use for this is actually like you can get a CVS brand soap for babies, baby shampoo. That works good. So a bottle of water, say you got like a regular spray bottle, you put like 5 to 7 drops in a spray bottle. You want it soapy, you don't want it like just watery. What you'll see is when you go to spray the soap onto the paint surface, it'll actually put a film on it, not beat up and roll away. This truck doesn't have any kind of ceramic or graphene coating on it, so or barely any wax, because this is going to get, after this is done, this is going to get a ceramic coat. So this truck is pretty stripped down to nothing. So anyway, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to offer these for sale. If you buy the full kit, which is going to include hinges, door jambs, it's going to have the rocker panels, both front and rear, or just front depending on which Jeep you have, all the hinges, and door handle cups. So I'll include, you're going to get a little half squeegee like this. All right, this will allow you to squeegee stuff on. Also, it's going to get into that door cup, because door cups are a little tight, so it makes it kind of difficult unless you have a PPF squeegee, which you may, but those are fairly expensive. So I couldn't find them at a reasonable price to offer them. I mean, they're minimum $10 to $12 each. This is going to be like $1. So anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to spray our hinge. All right, once that's done, you're going to peel off. All right, so if this was a clear one, what I would do is I would get my razor kind of behind the corner of it and peel it up like this. Just get under this and peel it up and off. All right, the reason I'm doing that is because if you grab it with your fingers, you may get fingerprints behind it. Now, once you wet it, then you're good. You can use your fingers to position it, because you're not gonna have any fingerprints getting on there. It's all slippery. So I'm moving a little closer here. What you're gonna do is you can slide this into position. All right, it's gonna move around. So I mean, you want it to. You're just gonna put it where it looks pretty much, in the center. It'll kind of fit. It's cut to fit, so right there is kind of where you want it. All right, so once you get in position, you get your little midget squeegee and hold it and just squeegee into place. Try to push it in there, out and around. All right, so that's it. That's the bottom section. Now, here's the top piece, just a regular rectangle. All right, so I'm gonna get that off, spray it. All right, so now this one, basically the same thing. Oh, basically the same thing, except you don't kick your camera stand. It's going to basically line up to the other one from the outside. I'll zoom back and I'll show you that in a second. So you'll see right there how it has the Torx 50 lettering right in here. You're going to basically, once you get this piece on, you see how it's all lined up, straight in a row, zoom straight down. So now I got it in position. Just get a finger on it so it doesn't slide away when you go to squeegee it. That's it. Just squeegee it into place. Squeegee around, front to back. That's it. All right. When you get the kit, you'll have, if you buy a 4-door version, you'll have enough for 5 doors worth of hinges, because I'll give you 2 extra pieces, 2 extra kits. If you get a 2-door version, I'll give you an extra one. That way, if you mess up, which it happens, you'll have enough. All right. Now, if this doesn't look right, you can. I mean, these things, it takes a while for them to set in place, so you can move it around a little bit until you get it perfectly straight. However you want it, do it. That's it. But remember, these are going to be clear, so you're barely going to see them. I just wanted to use black so you can actually see how I'm doing it. Take the guesswork out of it. Anyway, that's it. That'll keep those rocks kicking up off these tires and hitting here, contacting the hinges and chipping them and, getting them all messed up. Keep your truck nice and pretty. Till the next time. Greg from Kaos here. Today I'm going to show you how to install a new product that we have. It's for Jeep JL. These are, they call them door cup paint protection. So when you go to open your door, you know, going in and out, your nails, your rings, or whatever may hit the paint and scratch it inside those door cups. So this is a 6mm paint protection film, comes in clear, specifically cut to fit these Jeep JLs. They have, people sell generic ones that are, you know, either ovals or round or whatever. This is going to give you full protection, you know, full, you know, it's cut to fit specifically in there, kind of like a rectangle with rounded corners. Anyway, I'm going to put it on soap and water. So first thing you want to do, obviously, is clean it. This Jeep just got a bath, so it's fairly clean, but I'm going to get in there anyway. Another suggestion is lock the doors and put the key far away so you can pull on the door handles, and you're able to get in there a little bit deeper with your squeegee. When you buy the kit, I suggest that you buy a squeegee as well. I'll have these little squeegees. They're basically little half squeegees. Felt on one side, plastic on the other, regular squeegee. That'll help you get in here and squeegee that water out. So, water, you can use soap and water. CVS has a baby shampoo, which is a good soap to use for paint protection film. You want to have, when you know you have the right soap to water combination, the soap, I mean, when you spray the car, the soap will, or the spray will actually put a sheen on the car, and not run away, not run down the car and beat off. All right, that soap is going to help it, help you to position the paint protection film into place and squeegee it out. Once you squeegee, you may want to keep moving a little bit. Just stick it there, and it'll eventually grab on. You know, as long as you squeegee out all the water, make sure all the bubbles are out, so on and so forth. This paint protection film is 6mm. It's made by they call it Steck or S-Tech. It's the same thing that you would wrap an entire car with. They come in, you know, a bunch of different colors. They come in different finishes, you know, gloss, satin, so on and so forth. We're just doing regular gloss clear, just so you have it. It'll work on your car, as opposed to you know, being color specific and all that stuff. That doesn't make any sense. Just clear and it works out great. You barely tell it's there. So anyway, what we'll do is spray it inside the door cup. Now, with this, you're going to want to peel it, but you want to try to avoid fingerprints as much as you can. So just peel the edge, maybe. Just, you know, get the little corner going and wet it. Once it's wet, it's very difficult to get fingerprints on it. So wet it, peel it away. So you just grab that by corner, and then you wet the rest of it. I wet both sides, so when you squeegee, it'll slide as opposed to, you know, grabbing it and want to drag it with it. Now you want to get this into position. It's going to sit in the hole kind of evenly, you know, it'll kind of slide into place, and you'll be able to tell kind of where it is. Let me see if I can help see this a little bit better. So you can see the bubbles up in the corners. Alright, I'm going to try to zoom in a wee bit here. My camera work was never the best, and it still isn't. Alright. So what I'll do is squeegee that into place. So I got it where I want it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my thumb down on the bottom of it just to hold it from moving, and I'm going to squeegee up. Get those corners, and I'm going to squeegee down. Same thing, put your thumb on it and keep it from moving around. Because once you get it where you want it, I mean, even once you squeegee it and all the bubbles and water are out, it'll still maneuver around a little bit. So if it moves while you're squeegeeing it, you can kind of just slide it back into place and just leave it there. Once it's back in place and you know you got no water behind it or any bubbles, it'll dry in place. You know, like I said, you want to pull on that door handle a little bit. Give yourself a little something to see there. That's it. I'm happy with the position of it. I think it looks good. Very hard to see because it's clear, but you can see the edges. And that's it. That'll keep you from scraping up every time you go reach to get in your car, especially if you're a woman and you have long fingernails. My wife, this is my wife's truck, so she kind of put a beating on her last car, so I figured we would get this protected before she does any damage to it. And that's it. I'll offer this kit with the 4 doors and a tailgate, and I'll offer a 2-door kit, 2 doors and a tailgate. Then we're going to have another kit, multiple kits. Just keep looking because we're going to have door edge guard. We're going to have rocker or kick panels, however you want to call them. They're going to go down there. They'll be clear. They'll wrap around the outside down past the rock sliders. That way you won't even know they're there. And that'll keep that from getting scuffed up, getting in and out with your boots, shoes, flip-flops, whatever your poison is. All right. Appreciate you watching. Have a great day. Greg at Kaos here. I'm gonna do a door edge guard PPF. Really easy. Clean everything. You can see how nice and dirty this Jeep is. So clean the outside, clean the inside. It's gonna wrap around right into about here, right where this body seam glue is. So clean that really good, both sides. I'm going to install from roughly from the door handle down. All right, so I want to get onto this portion of the rounded area here. So I'm going to get basically from here down to around here. So again, we're working with a white Jeep, so it gets a little tricky. Each piece is roughly a 1/2 inch wide. So what I'm going to do is make sure first off your hands are clean, because this is going to go on dry. Because if you do it wet, it'll take you forever. So make sure you got clean hands. We're going to place the strip. All right, it's just all it is a strip. So I'm gonna place it height of the door handle, and you're gonna place it on the inside. I'll show you what I mean when I. So you want to have this PPF split in half, basically, going down the edge of that door. Because what you're going to do is, as you're installing it, you're going to pull down, put a little tension on it. Because what's that going to make it do is, it's going to make it naturally curl in and form into the door. So if you look at it now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pinch it, basically. Pinch and roll my finger down and push that air out. The outside's where you really want to be careful. The inside, I mean, you know, of course you want a clean install, but nobody's going to really see it. That's it. So now you're protected from here, from impacts, you know, hitting another door, onto the flat, and down. You know, and I will do the same with the front door. Again, you want to make sure it's clean, and this is a perfect specimen of not clean. All right. And again, you're just going to want to install that strip right down the center from the door handle down. I think that'll be plenty of protection. So, here we go. So from the door handle down, center, and give it a little pull. Stretch it just a little bit. And that'll make it want to naturally curve into these little funky curves here. And just push that air out. And on the inside, you're just gonna, just push it into the grooves. However you're gonna shape it, it's gonna hold. That's it. Stuff just disappears too. It's great. You can barely even see it. It's better than having that old school door edge guard, that heavy plastic crap. Alright, that's it for that. That was a quick and easy install.